Well, good morning everyone. As you can see, the barn is looking a little bit empty. After all, it's the festive season and everyone's gone home for Christmas, which is nice. Means it's nice and quiet in here today. Now, although everyone seems to have scurried away, don't worry, they will be back after the festive season. But they didn't leave without leaving little presents for me. So I want to say thank you to Ads for leaving his part wiring loom. I think this was off of his fog lights. And I'm going to be making use of this to fix my rear running lights. And also Mark has left some more of this aluminium plate behind. And I used some of this plate for my rear mud flaps. So today I'm going to be doing a bit of upcycling. I'm going to use some more of this aluminium plate for my front mud flaps. And the front mud flaps for my Vario, I'm actually going to be using some Fiat Ducato Peugeot Boxer rear mud flaps that somebody else left behind. So thank you to whoever left these in the barn. I appreciate your donation. And you'll probably notice in the background I still have yet to fit the floor because I have one more job to do, and that's sort out the fuel lines. I'm not happy about the fuel line that goes from the fuel tank to the motor, to the engine. So I'm going to put fresh fuel line in here. It's only a small section, a flexible hose that looks a bit nasty, a little bit perished, so I'm going to change that before I do actually put the floor down. Once I've done that, then the floor will actually go down. But like I said earlier, finally I'm going to get to sort out the rear lights once and for all today. I did actually try and do this the other day, but I found more rust. Let me just turn my magic light on so I can show you exactly what I mean. There we go, that's better. Now wherever I look, there shall be lights. Yeah, just up under here, right up under there, there was some nasty rust. You can see I've treated it all now. I ground all the rust away, treated it with Cure Rust, and then painted over it with some leftover chassis black. Yeah, it looks a lot better. But anyway, my wires are all going to run up here, underneath there. So I'm simply going to run a wire up this post to these lights, and then from these lights all the way along the top there to the other side where these lights are. I'm simply just going to daisy chain them off of the number plate lights. So the power that goes to the number plate lights, that's where I'm going to take the power from to power these lights up here. So basically the light cluster on this side is sending power to my number plate lights, and the light cluster on this side is going to be sending power up to my overhead side lights. Well, I'm pleased to say it actually works. My number plate light is working, and so are my top marker lights. Brilliant. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, they're very small, they're not very bright. Because they're there, they have to work for the MOT, or in this case the truck roadworthy test. Right, on with the next task. Now I know this may not sound very exciting, but then I do want to try and document as much of this van build as I possibly can. So here's the offending piece of fuel line that I've removed. It's just a piece of 8mm gas pipe, and this was quite perished, so that's why I changed it. So here we are. This is the piece of pipe that I've removed, this gas pipe, and I've replaced it with some proper fuel line. So this goes from the fuel sender unit all the way around to the original fuel joining pipe here. Unfortunately, I don't know why this hard plastic fuel line ends here. It's a bit of a mystery, whereas this hard plastic fuel line, this is the return, actually goes all the way to the fuel sender unit. So that's why we've had to replace it. Well, somebody's replaced it with this copper gas pipe, but I've done it with proper fuel line now, straight into that hard plastic pipe using this reducer, which was already there by the way. But I'm happy with the condition of that reducer. I've had a good look at it. There's no signs of it perishing or rotting. So yeah, that's my fuel line done. So now it's pretty much a matter of laying the floor, but there's one more job I need to do before I do lay the floor. Let me just throw this piece of pipe out there because it's dripping diesel everywhere. Just get rid of that, it's nasty. One other job that my good friend Jez pointed out and has suggested I do, and that is to change this filter. This is the air dryer filter for the line pressure that operates the handbrake. This keeps the air dry, and he suggests I change this filter before I actually put the floor down, because it is easier to get to that filter with the floor up. So the floor still isn't going to go down just yet, not until I've changed that filter anyway. I haven't got one, so I need to order one. So unfortunately the floor isn't going to be going down today. So rather than lay the floor, I'm going to carry on working today and make or fashion some front mud flap brackets. I've got some more scrap aluminium here, so I'm going to use the same sort of system that I did with the back ones. But lucky for me anyway, Jasper's Vario down here, the big green one you've all seen before, that's got original Mercedes mud flaps on it, and it's still got the original brackets. So what I'm going to do later on is try and make cardboard templates. So these little brackets here, I'm going to make a cardboard template of these brackets and then try and manufacture my own out of that leftover aluminium that's left over from Mark's van. And by the way, you can see all this scaffolding here. This is because Mark's been doing his roof. Remember when this van came in, it was a refrigeration van, and at the top there he had a big massive refrigeration unit. Take a look at it now. He's done a fantastic job. Really has done a good job of that. What he did was got some ply, bent it over, made some ribs and put the ply over it, and then fiberglassed over the top, and he's just about to paint it. And that was the noise in the background of my previous video. That was Mark sanding that roof down. Right, let's get some cardboard and see if we can make some of them templates. Oh, there goes my broom. So I've finished making my template. There you go. It's just this little bit of cardboard. You can see there, it fits in there just like that. So all I've got to do now is replicate this piece of cardboard and make it out of aluminium. And this will work for both sides. All I've got to do is simply flip it the other way, and that's the other side. Near side, off side. Simple. Thank you, Jasper, for allowing me to use your...
No worries, mate.
That's it, that's all I need, look.
Oh, perfect.
Simple piece of cardboard.
Nice.
That'll save me all that aggro,
Simply
all that guesswork, all that measuring. So I need to cut two of these out. One for the left, one for the right. Okay, let's make some noise. Well, there's been a slight change of plan. I was having a dig around underneath this archway, and now I knew there was a bit of rust under here, and much to my dismay, I did actually find even more rust. Look at this, it is literally just crumbling away in my hand. It is, yeah, real thick rust, and I've had a bit of a dig and I've actually made a big hole. But the good thing is I found it now whilst I'm here at the barn, which gives me the opportunity to be able to weld this up, because unfortunately the barn is actually due to be demolished in the summer. So it is a good job that I found it now rather than later when I've no longer got this facility. But hopefully by then this van will be finished and converted into a camper van. But if not, I may be putting out an appeal for somewhere else to work on my Vario. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Right, we're going to move this back a little bit so I can take that front wheel off and have a good look at what damage has been done, or not damage, have a good look at what I do need to actually do to repair this rust. I'm going to have to cut it all out and weld a new bit in there. Right, before I do that, I do actually need to move this back, because this thing is huge. I mean, just look at the length of this. It literally takes up my entire work bay. I've got a couple of feet to spare at the back, so let's move it back so I can work on the front. Ouch, that's my hand. It's a tight squeeze for sure. I think I need to put some oil on that door. Better check I haven't left anything behind it. A mess I've made down now. That's good, I can clean that mess up as well. Oh yeah, much better. Plenty of room now. Right, let's get this wheel off and take care of that rust. Now the last time I tried to take this wheel off, I had to get a great big bar and jump up and down on it. Here's a little clip to remind you what it was like. But since making that video, a lot of people suggested that I buy myself an impact wrench. So I have. So today, getting that front wheel off should be a breeze. Now I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of my channel members, because without your support and your encouragement, I probably couldn't afford to buy some tools like this. So thank you, I really appreciate it. Here's the name of all my channel members. Thank you. It made such a big difference. Well, that little video clip there of me attempting to fit the mud flaps to my Vario was filmed just before Christmas. It is now the day after Boxing Day. I've had a really good Christmas. I've had time to think and time to reflect, and I think what I'm going to do is put this van, or look at this van in a whole new light now. Before, I was actually trying to just get this roadworthy so that I could actually drive it, but now on reflection, I think what I'm going to do is actually concentrate on the rust that needs repairing on this van. After all, the van itself is the foundations, well, it's going to be the foundations of a great camper van conversion, and you wouldn't build a house on dodgy foundations, would you? So that for this reason, and because I'm going to be spending so much money on this van, more money than I've spent on any other van conversion, I really do think that I need to concentrate on the rust on this van. And a lot of that rust needs cutting out and welding. Now, I'm not the world's best welder, although I have experience in using a MIG welder. I'm not qualified enough to try and teach anyone how to use a MIG welder. So because my channel is all about showing you how to do stuff, and because I don't actually know how to MIG weld properly, basically I'm not going to film it. Well, I should film some parts of it, but not all of it. And I really do think I just need to take like a week off of filming and just concentrate on doing the welding on my van. Because like I say, it is going to be the foundations of a great camper van conversion. So if you don't see a video from me over the next couple of weeks, that's why. It's because I'm concentrating on getting this van in the best condition that I possibly can. I really do need to get my head down and concentrate on doing the welding on this van. I'm not saying I'm not going to upload any more videos. I will try and upload content on a weekly basis if I can, but if I miss a couple of weeks, you know the reason why. So I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year. Hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all your support during 2023. I really do appreciate it.